it's me again, and this animation is just less crappy than the previous one. I have fears, a lot of them. Well, come to think of it, everyone has a lot of fears. Well, if you face your fears, in my personal opinion, it makes the fear more scarier. I have a total of, it's 4. Number 1, pediophobia. Pediophobia is the fear of dolls. The word originates from the Greek word pedeion, which means small child. Pediophobia is the much broader version of automatophobia, or fear of humanoid figures. This includes mannequin, ventriloquist dummies, and wax dolls. Some movies such as Annabelle and Goosebumps series may be the cause of this. In my bedroom, there are a couple of dolls on the shelf. I can't sleep properly when the lights are off because I think the dolls would move and come up to me and say, "Sleep with me." There's a Santa doll from Paris near the dinner table. Whenever I look at it, I was scared. The doll keeps moving when I'm not around. I think it's my grandpa or the spirit. It keeps moving from near the TV to the shelf. 2. Acrophobia, fear of heights. Acrophobia is an extreme or irritational fear of phobias of height, especially when one is not particularly high up. It belongs to a category of specific phobias called space and motion discomfort that share both similar causes and options for treatment. People experience a degree of natural fear when exposed to heights, known as the fear of falling. On the other hand, those who have little fear of heights of such exposure are said to have a head for heights. For heights is advantageous for those hiking or climbing in mountainous terrain, and also in certain jobs such as steeplejacks or wind turbine mechanics. People with acrophobia can experience a panic attack in high places and become too agitated to get themselves down safely. Approximately 2 to 5% of the general population have acrophobia, with twice as many women affected as men. The term is from Greek akron, meaning peak, summit, edge, and I don't know what it means, which is phobos, which is fear. 3. Nyctophobia. Nyctophobia is an extreme fear of night or darkness that can cause intense symptoms of anxiety and depression. A fear becomes a phobia when it's excessive, irrational, or impacts your day-to-day life. Being afraid of the dark often starts in childhood and is viewed as a normal part of development. Studies focus on this phobia have shown that humans often fear the dark for its lack of any visual stimuli. In other words, people may fear night and darkness around them because they cannot see what's around them. While some fear is normal, when it starts to impact day-to-day life and sleeping patterns, it may be time to visit the doctor. Different phobias share similar symptoms. These signs may be either physical or emotional. With nyctophobia, symptoms may be triggered by being in the dark or even thinking about situations where you find yourself in the dark. Symptoms include trouble breathing, race and heart rate, chest tightness or pain, shaking, trembling, or tingling senses, lightheadedness or dizziness, upset stomach, hot or cold flashes, sweating. Emotional symptoms include overwhelming feelings of anxiety or panic, an intense need to escape from the situation, detachment from self or feeling unreal, losing control or feeling crazy, feeling like you may die or lose consciousness, feeling powerless over your fear. Normal fear versus phobias. Having some fear of the dark doesn't necessarily mean you have a phobia. However, when fear starts interfering with your everyday life, it may become considered irritational fear. In my bedroom, if it's dark, I just pray for help. Also in the shower, I pray that ghosts, please go away. That's all I always say in the shower. I'm really scared of the night because there may be ghosts around me and they're gonna devour me. Help me, please. Number 4, catoptrophobia, fear of mirrors. I saw a horror movie where a reflection moves and the reflection kills itself. I have no idea what the movie name is. I think it's Mirrors. Fear of mirrors is also known by several names: spectrophobia, esoptrophobia. The word catoptrophobia originates from the Greek katropto or katoptron, mirrors, and phobos, fear. Spectrophobia is derived from the Latin word spectrum, ghost. Likewise, esotoptrophia originates from the Greek eis, into an optikos, vision. Modern society is highly obsessed with self-image. Most people, women especially, are quite afraid of looking into mirrors from fear of not meeting the set standards of beauty. They fear that in the famous fairy tale Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the mirror would tell them they are no longer beautiful. That apart, most claustrophobic individuals are afraid of mirrors owing to their connection with the supernatural. In several cultures, children less than a year old are not shown a mirror due to the belief that they might die when shown their reflections. Similarly, in certain cultures, mirrors in households where death has occurred are kept veiled so that mourning family members do not see their reflections, or they too would die soon. Brides are prohibited from looking into a mirror when dressed in their wedding finery. However, as a couple, the newlyweds may look in the mirror together since this is auspicious. Thus, mirrors have superstitions associated with them. These superstitious beliefs can easily create fear of mirrors in young or high-strung, anxious individuals. Necromancy or mirror divination was a type of black magic practiced by people in the early 17th century. The practitioners would dip metallic mirrors into the water and study the sick person's reflection to accordingly deciding whether he would live or die. Pop culture, media, books, movies, e.g., for example, Oculus, show evil spirits trapped inside mirrors coming to haunt people. Vampires have no reflection since they do not have any souls. All these concepts might also trigger the fear of mirrors phobia. Hi guys, I got all of this from different websites I found on Google. And I don't know how to pronounce some words in here, really. Sub and leave a like. I worked really hard on this animation. This took me I don't know, this was before I'm making the animation, so I don't know, maybe a month? It was maybe take a month? Okay, I'm the past version that you'll hear now. You guys are in the future, tell me what it's like.